Hey there, this is my 30 weeks pregnant update with baby number 3. The baby is the size of a pineapple this week, and I'm at the beach. So let me explain. I am in the 3rd trimester now with my 3rd baby, and about a month ago, or maybe a couple months ago, I was thinking, what do I want to do before the new baby comes? Like, what would be a good thing to do for fun, to relax, to get ready before we have this huge life-changing thing happen in our life of adding a newborn baby and having 2 toddlers. So I was thinking I would love to plan a trip to the beach. That would be amazing. And I knew I didn't want to go by myself, so I asked my mom and dad if they'd be interested in going on a trip to the beach. We both love the beach and we've gone before together, and so it worked out like actually really smoothly for them to come with me for a few days down to the beach in Florida, and I brought my kids with me. And of course, vacation is different with little kids, and it has not been super relaxing or restful, but it's a beautiful place and there have been moments of rest. And so I do recommend like taking a trip before you get so far along that you're on baby watch. And I'm at 30 weeks right now, and so I knew this was kind of the last time I'd be traveling before getting close to the baby's due date in a few months. I'm already in the 3rd trimester, have 10 weeks to go, give or take, till baby is here. So we decided to go on a beach trip. And one thing I would say, if you're planning a trip before your baby comes, to change your expectations, adjust your expectations to what is actually possible when you're that pregnant and that tired. I think it took me several days to actually get relaxed because of all of the travel and in the car, and then I was just so tired when we got here. So like getting to the point where I could relax actually took a few days, and I felt, you know, stressed out with any changes, and it's just different. Vacation is different with kids, it's different when you're pregnant, and especially when plans change, you know, that can be difficult when you have certain expectations of what the trip should look like in your mind. But it has been good, and we are on our last day of our trip and about to head home. But I wanted to film this update and talk about what's going on at this point in pregnancy. So I know car travel and long trips can be difficult when you're pregnant, but the rule of thumb is to take a break every hour or so and stretch. And so I did try to do that, get some stretches in, move positions. I sat on a pillow in the car while we were driving and just tried to like stay hydrated and to stretch when I needed to have plenty of snacks so I wasn't hangry on the way. And we did break up the trip, so that was helpful to not have to drive the entire thing in one day. We drove most of the way, took a break, stayed at a hotel, drove the rest of the way the next day. And so I would recommend that. I think that's really helpful, because if it is a really long trip, you're just going to be tired of being in the car. But there are ways to make sure that you stay you know, fairly comfortable through that. So I think taking breaks is good. And also, if you're going to be traveling, like, bring help. Because I knew, excuse me, I knew that I could not go on this trip by myself, did not want to. My husband doesn't like the beach, but I love the beach enough for both of us. And so I usually go on a girls trip if I go to the beach, or, you know, with family or friends. So it was fun because my parents love the beach too, and they were willing to help with the kids. And then 3 adults to 2 kids was a good ratio as far as watching them at the pool and watching them at the beach. And so as a mom who's getting ready to have another baby, I was like, I know it's gonna be easier now than with a newborn, and I may not go to the beach again for a year, I don't know. And so I was like, this is my chance, let's make it happen, let's just see what we can do. And I'm glad that we did. It has been restful, there's been restful moments, and I love going to the beach because it's always so peaceful for me, and I always, you know, pray and listen for what the Lord has for me. And I have different milestones in my life where I've gone to the beach and taken a trip and just taken that time to think and to pray, and the Lord always speaks to me. I just love being in nature and love being out by the ocean and hearing the waves, and there's so many beautiful things that you can learn from that or just realize. And anytime you get away and have quiet to think and process, I think is really healthy, and that's really good. So for me, it's the beach. For you, it might be something else, but I looked forward to having a trip here before the baby comes. So I think having something to look forward to, especially when you've got a few more months to go in pregnancy, is good. And I have had some aches and pains. I did have a lot of Braxton Hicks the first couple days. We were you know, riding in the car a lot, and I would get stiff. And then when I was walking or like lifting things, picking things up, I had to kind of modify some things because I started having random Braxton Hicks throughout the day. And I was like, oh, there's a contraction. And then there's a contraction. It would make me like catch my breath. And it was like my stomach would get tight and then kind of feel like a cramp. And then I would feel nauseous for a few minutes. And so that was not too great. I was like, you know what? I really need to lay down and rest if I'm having a lot of these. They weren't in a pattern. It wasn't like labor, but it was enough to like make me stop and think, okay, I don't need to push it. I need to lay down for a few minutes. I need to drink water. I need to change positions and take a breather, you know? And so that's where I'm at this week. 30 weeks pregnant is a big milestone. We are in the final stretch of the last 10 weeks, give or take, of when the new baby's gonna come. And I've had a lot of baby movement and baby kicks, and it's cool, you know, thinking about what the baby's gonna be like and knowing that it's about to change our life, going from 2 to 3 kids. And I'm excited about it. I am looking forward to it. But this was kind of a nice thing to look forward to in the meantime. And you know, a beach trip with the baby. I'll insert some pictures here. It was pretty fun to take some belly pictures by the beach, and especially to see the kids, the other kids, just enjoying the waves and the pool and having good memories for them. I think that was really cool to watch, and just to know you know, that they're having a good time and that they're getting something out of this. So it's not just all for me. They had a blast. So that is my update for 30 weeks pregnant. I would love to hear your questions about pregnancy at this point, or this pregnancy in general. I just want to share some honest and real moments of what it's really like going through pregnancy again with my third baby, what it's like for me. Of course, it's different for everybody, and every pregnancy is different, but I just want to make these to encourage other mamas who are on this journey, that it is crazy. Your body goes through so many changes. Your mind has to process and to catch up, and it can be emotional. I mentioned being stressed the first couple of days and working through that. I had a good cry, and I had a nap, and you know, leaned on my support system, and that helps. So even little things like that can really make a difference. And I wanted to make these videos because I've been encouraged by watching people's videos as well during pregnancy. So I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more updates coming soon, and I'll see you in the next video.